Okay, part two, and we start part two with what looked like it was going to be one of Josh Matthews' typically terrible interview segments, but actually turned into this rather wonderful, sanctimonious CM Punk promo when he took the mic off Matthews and headed into the arena and just started berating the fans, basically for idolizing Jeff Hardy. He said Jeff Hardy's a bad role model. They should be idolizing someone like him, someone who lives a straight edge lifestyle. This was such a great promo. It just sort of spiraled out of control. He was talking about how single parent families, how the parent inevitably overindulges the child, and then by the end he was outlining his vision for America. This was great. Punk, he was getting a lot of boos here, but in general he's not that over as a heel. But I don't blame him for it. I think he's doing everything right. I think his promos are fantastic. I think in the ring he is awesome right now. So I think it's only a matter of time before Punk gets really over. This was another very good promo. Then we had a match which really wasn't good at all. ECW Championship match between Tommy Dreamer, the champion, and the challenger, Christian. Those of you who saw my Night of Champions prediction video will know that I picked Christian to be Chris Jericho's mystery partner. That's right, I didn't pick The Big Show. Shame on me. But instead of being in what would have been a great storyline, Chris Jericho and Christian, and then later Christian and Edge and Chris Jericho, that would have been fantastic. No, Christian, it just seems, is going to be stuck forever on ECW because Vince continues to underrate this guy. The main event picture on ECW is particularly bleak, containing as it does Tommy Dreamer and Vladimir Kozlov. This match, as you would expect, was awful. It was really terrible. I think WWE thought the crowd would be really into it because Tommy Dreamer, because they're in Philadelphia, ECW's home is in Philadelphia, and Tommy Dreamer, the last remaining ECW original, all that. I think they thought that'd work. The crowd didn't give a shit. As Matt Striker pointed out, Christian outpopped Dreamer by quite a bit. Matt Striker, halfway through this match, started telling the story, which was clearly not true, about how he sort of introduced Tommy Dreamer as like the Pied Piper of Philadelphia. Apparently wherever he went, people were following him. That never happened. This match was rubbish. This match had barely anything good in it, just the stuff you always see from Christian, just that leaping move he does to the outside. That was about it. The only good thing about this match is that Christian wins, because if he's going to be stuck on ECW, then he should at least be the champion. He wins with a kill switch. I'm not overly enthused. The fans seem to like it, even though they're supposed to be supporting Dreamer, but never mind. Then we had the six-pack challenge match for the United States Championship between The Miz, Carlito, MVP, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, the champion, and the final challenger, which is no longer the Big Show, it's Primo. Now, again, those of you who saw my Night of Champions prediction video will know I was wondering how the hell Evan Bourne could not be in this match, considering he pinned the US champion 3 weeks ago. I'm even more baffled now that they took someone out of the match and still didn't put Evan Bourne in this match. In fact, I think it would have been great booking if they'd done it that way, put the Big Show in and know they were going to take the Big Show out, and brought Evan Bourne in and had him win the match. I think that'd be great, but no. Stupid booking, once again. But this was a very good match. I really enjoyed this. This was definitely match of the night. It was a 10-minute spot fest. It was like a TNA X Division match. But is anyone complaining? No. Because spot fests are really fucking entertaining, and there were some great spots in this. This proved how much mid-card talent Raw has, and it also proved how good Carlito is. You forget how good Carlito is. He is awesome. He did a sort of springboard front flip to the outside. We had lots of good spots here. We had a sort of Tower of Doom thing where Jack Swagger powerbombed somebody who suplexed The Miz at the same time. And there was a great bit where MVP did the Playmaker on Jack Swagger. At the same time, The Miz did the Breakdown, Chris Jericho's old finisher, on MVP. That was all great. Towards the end of the match, Carlito's getting Primo to work with him, although it's clear that Carlito's definitely still heel, but Primo falls for it because he's a gullible fool, and eventually Carlito hits his aptly named Backstabber on Primo, and I was kind of hoping Carlito would just win the US Championship because, you know, he impressed me a lot once again in this match. But Kingston comes in and hits Trouble in Paradise to the back of Carlito's head and wins the match. Very, very good match. WWE, well, Raw needs to make more of its mid-card talent because they're better than its main eventers. Then we had Josh Matthews talking to Randy Orton, basically saying, he said Triple H and John Cena's egos will mean they'll lose this match, which actually turned out not to be true. Randy Orton did win the match, but had nothing to do with Triple H and John Cena's egos, so I don't know why they build that up so much. Then we had Melina versus Michelle McCool, the champion for the Women's Championship, I believe it is. This match had a lot of good spots in it. You know, I thought the spots were actually fairly good, you know, more than you'd expect, but, you know, just everything in between was just so sloppy and haphazard. It just didn't look right. Melina was barefoot in this match for some reason, and it just made all her kicks look really awful. I don't know why they did that. It didn't look good at all. This match had the greatest start to a match I've seen in quite some time. Melina was doing her splits entrance, and McCool just did a low drop kick, and JR said it hit her in the abdomen, clearly in the crotch. It was crazy. I thought it was a really good opening to that match. There was some other good spots as well. McCool DDT'd Melina onto the top of the barricade. I thought that was good. And also there was a bit where McCool tried to do a low drop kick to Melina, who was standing outside, and Melina pulled herself up on the ropes and hung on, and McCool just went flying out to the floor. But as I say, everything in between was not very good at all. Even when they were doing their own regular moves, it didn't look good. Melina also did that spinning hair face buster thing to the outside. That was quite good. End of the match, Melina hits a terrible seated senton. I mean, really bad. And McCool just reverses it into a deep cover and gets the quick pinfall as it's supposed to be. But the referee took about 3 seconds to get there to start counting, so it was about a 6-second count. Rubbish ending. There were some good points to this match. It's almost there, it just needs more precision. And then we had what you would assume would be Raw's main event. In fact, the main event in the entire pay-per-view, Triple H versus Randy Orton versus John Cena. But as it turned out, Raw's main event was Maryse versus Mickie James, which was fucking terrible, but I'll get to that later. But yes, Triple H, Randy Orton, John Cena. This was the match the crowd were most into, and the crowd were dead after this point. Of course, the competition was basically who would get the biggest pop, and John Cena got the mixed reaction he always gets. Triple H got unanimous cheers, it seemed to me. Really frustrating. Why does everyone continue to fall for this tedious little egotistic prick? Randy Orton came out and got quite a lot of cheers at the start, which I enjoyed. This match was pretty good. This was definitely above average. This was good main event wrestling. Main event wrestling isn't necessarily my favourite kind of wrestling to watch, but this was, you know, it was entertaining. It wasn't boring like a lot of Raw main events have been recently. Of course, all the competitors, none of them can do anything particularly interesting. You're not expecting anything brilliant here. And that's pretty much, you know, what we got. We just got them running through their regular moves in a variety of different ways. Cena hit that top rope leg drop thing on both Orton and Triple H, although I think he missed Orton. Orton, they teased that Orton was going to do the double DDT, the double rope hung DDT, but he didn't do it. Why didn't he do that? That would have been a really good spot. I would have liked that. So at the start, Triple H and Cena gang up on Orton basically, and then Orton tries to get them to play off against each other, but it never happens during the match. It really doesn't happen at all, which is kind of weird. I didn't get that. They dismantle a table at one point, and I'm thinking, oh, what cool table spot are they going to do? John Cena does an STF on the table. An STF. You mean lying down on a table. That's not a table spot. That's rubbish. Anyway, they get back into the ring, and it's okay. They're just running through the regular moves, you know. There's a really boring bit where Orton's just stomping on Triple H and Cena for some time. That was so boring. Eventually, Triple H locks in a really poor sharpshooter. Cena puts the STF on, and Orton taps out, and of course the referee doesn't know who gets the decisions, therefore he doesn't ring the bell. Then Rhodes and DiBiase come in. a bit too late if you ask me, but they come in and they attack Cena and Triple H. Rhodes tries to see if Orton's okay, and Cena picks him up and is about to FU him, and this was a good ending, when Orton hits a picture-perfect RKO. Cena has Rhodes on his back, and Cena gets pinned. What a surprise, Triple H didn't take the pin, which I guess means they're going to continue the Triple H Orton feud at SummerSlam. I'd much rather see Cena Orton. If they're going to rotate the same three guys in the main event, I don't want to see Triple H Orton again. But yeah, this match was pretty good. It was good main event wrestling. Anyway, turn over to part 3.